Hello, good afternoon. Hi Lisa, hi Charlotte, Jennifer and Shelley. And Facebook's doing it again, can't see anybody. Did you have a lovely weekend? Well, I just refresh you. Do you feel refreshed now? And Angela, Elizabeth, Judith, Lynn. Oh, you're coming through thick and fast. Chris, Zarbafish in Taunton, Jennifer Jones, hello, Janet, Alison and another Janet and Geraldine. And I just lost Facebook for a second, so bear with me. And because I know you're there. And yeah, so what were you doing? Did you join me on Sunday? Oh, here we go. There's loads of you there. You went all blank for a minute. Because we've got Sandra and Bonnie and Leslie and Linda and Angela and Ginny, hello, and Janet, Anne, Sally, Denise. Sorry if I miss anybody. Your messages are literally scrolling like this, so I can't keep up with everybody, but I shall keep glancing over. Oh, Jilly's got a pink package this morning. Lovely. Just wanted to say, actually, oh, hello Louise, hello Anne. There we were, me and Kim on Monday, sorting out your orders, getting everything picked and packed, and off we went to the post office. Closed. So twice, oh thanks Lisa, twice the amount yesterday. Gary trundled off down to the post office. Closed. so it's not her fault, but all your orders were really late this week, so I'm so sorry about that. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Helen. Thank you. Hello. Oh, it's Jane's birthday today. Happy birthday to Jane. Happy birthday to you. Hope you're having a lovely day. Not a singer, as you can tell. Hello, Alison. Hi, Sue. We had a good Christmas. We had a fantastic Christmas. We had all the kids here. First time for years I've had everybody here. It was lovely. So yes, thank you. Susan's making Easter card. She's so over Christmas now. She's on to Easter. Daughter couldn't believe it. Lyra and Matilda spent all afternoon on Christmas Day sewing. Oh, best way to spend Christmas Day, apart from when it's family there, of course. Leslie's got a pink parcel. Hello, Sally in Massachusetts. Morning, Brenda. Morning, Sarah. Everyone's saying happy birthday to Jane. Eileen's pleased to be watching us. Thank you very much. Now I've got new fabrics to show you, and they're not Christmassy. So if you're thinking Easter, the next occasion to get sewing for maybe, then we've got some lovely more spring-like fabrics for you. And I'm going to make an infinity scarf because I've not made one before. So I thought I've figured out a way of making it quite easy. We've got some sale fabrics to show you as well. But if you want to kind of get into dressmaking and you don't know where to start, if you're a complete beginner, this has got to be the easiest way. But I've got a bit of a twist to it because I do have a look when I've got time to see what other people are doing, just so I'm not copying. So if I come up with an idea, I'll try and see if anybody else has got the same idea, so you don't think, oh, she's already done that. So I think I've got something a little bit different for you. Morag's husband is peeling tatties. Oh, hello, Sarangi, is that? Hello, welcome along from India. Hi, Zell. Zell's missed that. We've missed you, actually. I remember not seeing your name there for a while. Lisa says, hello, ladies, in a true Cockney style, even though she's from Taunton in Somerset, and I don't know what accent they've got there, so sorry about that. Oh, Janet joined us on Sunday, but she answered all the YouTube questions on Facebook without realising I was on Facebook, so usually on YouTube. Actually, the prizes have all gone out today as well. They should have gone out on Monday. I didn't realise how many. It cost me a fortune in postage. How many winners there were, or how many prizes? I think there were 20 altogether, and they've gone all over the place, from Nova Scotia to New Mexico and all over the place. Taunton in Somerset. Teignmouth in Devon. Sorry, Lisa. It's same thing. Same thing. Don't know what accent you've got either. Oh dear, I'm in trouble now. Haggis hugs from Karen. Hello. The Irish Quarter from Ireland. Hello, welcome along. And another Deborah in Massachusetts. Maybe you're neighbours. Maybe you should get to know each other. Okay. Donna, I think I've got an odd accent. She calls me a French, doesn't it? Sorry, Lisa. I do know where you live. I just got my cities or towns beginning with the letter T mixed up for a second. I'm going to change the subject before she starts glaring at me. and show you some of the new fabrics that we've got. Now these two, do you know Art Gallery fabrics? These have been on the website for a week or so. I just haven't shown them to you yet. Art Gallery fabrics have the most wonderful feel. It's really beautiful quality. It's really, really smooth. It even says on the selvage, feel the difference, and you'll know that if you've ever used it or you want to give it a try. It's just honestly guaranteed beautiful quality. This one's called Art Gallery Fabrics Bookish. It's romance novel paperback premium cotton, and this one is from the same collection, but this one's called Wildest Dreams, and I just think it's so pretty. And I know we've had, I was talking to Kim the other day actually. So I know it's lovely having all of these winter fabrics and the Christmas fabrics. I know we've got the block of the month launching on Saturday, which is all Christmassy, and you would not believe the amount of fleece that has gone through our office over the last few months, but I think it's quite refreshing to have something a little bit pretty on the horizon. Personally, it's a pleasure, Elizabeth. I'll send you as many pink parcels as you like. But these have only gone on today. And this is actually a new supply. These are so sweet. And so we haven't had these before. And these are from a company called Emma and Myla. So there's two in this collection. Again, they're all 100% cotton, quilting cotton, and 44 inches wide. Let me just open this one up so I can show you. So they're rabbits and deer, but they've got the same kind of colour palette. I just think they're so pretty. If you have a look on the new on the website, you'll see them on there. So although you've got a deer, they're not Christmas decorations. It's quite autumnal, really, I think. This one's called Fawn Portrait, and this one is White Bunnies in Wreath. But it's a really lovely. It's nice to have some new, isn't it? It's quite exciting to have a whole new collection. This one isn't part of a collection. We just thought it was lovely. So we've got hot air balloons on this one. And it is called, so I'm just looking these up because I can't remember. It's called Hot Air Balloon. Funny that, isn't it? Brand new for you again today is Metallic Butterflies. So the gold on this is foiled, but it's not sparkly. And they're only £4 for half a metre. And actually half a metre is a lot when you think it's that much fabric. So you could make two really big cushion fronts out of it, but if you're quilting, I think little girls' dresses or blouses would look really pretty in that. It's really, and they're clover, aren't they? They're clover? They look like clover flowers to me. And then I have to say, these are my favourite. I've actually changed my the picture on my Facebook page to these two because I like them so much. This is called Grey Matters Yellow and Grey Diamond, and this one is Grey Matters more mosaic, but they're really class. I love these colour combinations, don't you? Like the grey and mustards together. I just think they're really, really classy, really do. So we weren't planning actually on bringing you brand new fabrics right after Christmas because we know what it's like when you've been spending a fortune, but we have had quite a lot of people, I know hundreds of you, that are receiving gift vouchers for Christmas. So if you wanted something new, then we do have a few new things. We've got lots more coming up, but we've got a few new things for you now. What's going on there then, Chris? Am I missing out on something? Thanks, Amanda. I think they're beautiful, and it's nice to have something a little bit different, isn't it? Leslie's finger gets carried away on the website. Don't mind that at all, Leslie. Get as carried away as you like. Hello, Alicia from Mexico. Oh, Helen wants a dog fabric to make a new rescue pup. Oh, Keith the rescue dog wants a coat when he arrives. We've run out of that now. Hi, Nancy. 9:10 in Colorado. Sorry I'm late. You're all right, Nancy. It's nice to have your company. Sonny's not got a parcel from the 9th of December. We've had, Sonia, we've had, I think, 3 people with orders go missing from around then. But we've also had people that have ordered on the 9th and the 10th and they came on Christmas Eve. It's taken a ridiculous amount of time for parcels to arrive at the moment. If it doesn't come within the next couple of days, drop me an email. It's the enquiries@debbieshawsewing.com. So if you could not leave me messages on Facebook, because I can't always pick them up because there's hundreds of them. I don't get round to it quick enough. But if you've got any problems like that, drop me an email on the enquiries@debbieshawsewing email address, and we'll see what we can do from there. Hello Pauline in Perth in Western Australia. Happy New Year to you too. Saturday, isn't it? This is our last live of 2021. How quickly has that gone? So that would be 104 lives if we do 2 a week. I missed one, didn't I? But did I do it the next day instead? So yeah, probably 104 lives. I'm very well, thank you, Liana. Happy today. Isolation is over today. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Christine. You know, I didn't expect anybody to join me on Christmas Day, and we had about 500 people actually live, which was really nice. Sorry, I don't have any water with me. I seem to be choking somewhat. Keith is a poodle cross, and he was thrown over the pound fence. Oh, well, at least you've got him and you're going to give him a happy life now. We have new fat quarters, and I'm going to open them out and show you. These are from the same new supplier that all of these came from. So this is Emma and Myla again. I shan't open them out completely, but just so you get an idea of what they are. And again, if you go to the new page on the website, which is right up there on the home page, then you'll see all of these. But they're nine. Kim, they're £9. I'd make the most of those. Fat quarters, you'd expect to pay at least £12 for 5 as well. It's not a full fat quarter fat. Look at cats. A cat quarter fat. A fat cat. Fat quarter cat. This one is just called Meow. But aren't they lovely? Love the colours. If you don't know what a fat quarter is, it's basically, I shall only open one because I've got to fold these back up again. As the fabric comes off the bolt, a quarter would be about that much, and a long strip, but a fat quarter is 1 metre and it's cut in half 4 ways like that, so you get more of a square. They're not exactly a square, they're that. So you get 5 of those for £9. That is very good. I didn't look at the price. I don't get involved in that. That's not my job. But that is a very reasonable price, I have to say. Right, so that's Meow. And then this one is called Nightfall Black and Gold. And that again is 9, but that is such good quality. So these are all foiled. They're striking, aren't they? Tarina's received a quilt package. It's the first time she's ever made a quilt. Lovely. There we go. Aren't they good? Oh, I love that. Oh, we had wallpaper similar to this in our downstairs loo in the last house that we lived at. I like Unexpected. And we had the tiniest, I mean, it was nothing grand, it was the tiniest room, it was just like the loo and a sink. But I made it look like Versace had decorated it. There was black and gold swathed curtains with big ties and tassels on them. And the wallpaper was black, white and gold striped, I think. And there was ornate mirrors, but it's in this tiny little room. But when you go to the downstairs loo, and the rest of the house certainly wasn't like that. I just like that, oh, didn't expect that. And I think fabrics like this are unexpected. So even if it's the lining of a bag, you know, if you've got something that's quite plain and you open it up and it's like, whoa. The fat quarters, so you're not going to be lining jackets and things like that. But I love that combination. I may well keep one of these back. That's my prerogative, isn't it? My website. Do what I want with it. That's me in trouble with my daughter, because it's not mine at all. Celeste, they are gorgeous, aren't they? Fourth from the top of you, talking amongst yourselves. And Happy New Year, Jane. Oh, Sarah, Kim is amazing. We do actually have very different tastes, but when anything that she chooses comes along, it's like, oh, I'm so glad you got that. Hello, puppy. Hello, you're dirty. You've been for a walk? Hello, sweetie. Keep away from that quilt, won't you? You can't get round, can you? Gary's taken her out for a walk. Oh, she fell over yesterday. She's taken to... Here she is, look. Look at the state of you. Hey, you a good girl. Hello, sweetie pie. Hello. Yep, she's taken to hiding from me. So we always go for a walk in the country, and there's one walk we do that has like a tunnel going underneath a disused railway. So she likes to go through the tunnel, up over the back and come up behind me. She hides and seeks. But she went up over the tunnel, and it's a very steep slope, and she fell down it and literally tumbled. She ended up on her back with the legs in there and a mucky face and everything. Must have hurt. Anyway, I'm going all over the place, and I was doing that. You tired now? It's dark out there, isn't it? Bob, Bobbin, Bob, Bob. No, you can hear me. Hello, there she is. Hello, pretty. Hello. She'll be asleep in a minute. Christine says she's enjoyed viewing for a few weeks and now decided to join the Half Yard Club. Well, welcome along, Christine. Good decision, have to say. I can't show. On Saturday, it's the 1st, so you have all of your new projects on Saturday. And I can't reach them to show you now, but we've kept it quite simple for the main project. It's hats, but for the kids, for the adults, for the ladies and the gentlemen. And your secondary project is a little bit of upcycling with a scarf. I shall show you these on Saturday, and of course on Saturday you're going to get your first block for your block of the month, which I'm going to show you again. Now we have run out of those topper kits. This is it, look. I shall show you in more detail on Saturday because that's the day you're going to get it. You're going to get it on Saturday. And you're getting 2 blocks for Saturday. One is Joy, I think, and one is the log cabin. If you haven't seen, we have been bringing you kits to make the top. Not the backing, not the binding, not the wadding, but everything that you need to make the applique sections. Let me just turn this around so it's the right way around. And we've sold out again. So we'll have some more hopefully by Friday. Certainly be here by Saturday. But your colours will be similar, but your fabrics won't be exactly the same. But we're putting together enough fabrics to be able to make all of the toppers. So for instance, we're on set 16, can you believe set 16? Because we've sold out of all of the 16 is now sold out as well. I've had to replace this one with something without the red and green in. You do have the 2 metallics, you will have a plainer green, you will have a gold, it may be plain, it may be textured, and you'll have 2 reds. Some of them are foiled, some of them are not. Now I did bring you some pieces of backing fabric because the quilt is actually a little bit wider than your general 44-inch width of quilting fabric. So we've actually sourced some 53-inch white fabric. It was the gold spot one. Lots of you have ordered already, and lots of you are asking me when it's going to be back. We have more on order, but everyone's on holiday till the 4th. What's that about? We were back at work on Monday. So although it's ordered, they're not going to be delivered until next week. So we will have some backing fabric back in stock next week. Hopefully, it might not be till the end of the week, but it will be there. And for those of you that are waiting for the binding fabric, I can't get the ones that we, sorry, itchy nose, the ones that we brought you already with the long quarters, they were leftovers from kits. So they're already pre-cut into long quarters. But I think what we'll do with the next one is, because you'll need 2 of those, because there's just less than 18 inches that you need for the binding. There's about 14 inches that you need, so you'll have a bit left over. So what we're going to do is just bring you Christmas fabric in colours that we think would go, and you can order it by the ½ metre rather than saying you need 2 long quarters. It won't be long quarters, it'll be by the ½ metre. Hope that makes sense. Gosh, I'm going on a bit, aren't I? Sunny in Malaga after a week of rain. We've had a week of rain here as well, actually, Pauline. Rained all over Christmas. Yeah, so all the projects were in the Half Yard Club. I think that was, I've missed you, look. Celia, yes. So you need to go to the Half Yard Sewing Club website and join up there. No, I didn't see you. Shall we have a look, Gina, at your Half Yard? Is that all right? Do you mind if I show everybody if we go onto the website and take a look? The block of the month 2021 is posted on the Half Yard Club site. Come back and let me know if that's going to be okay, Gina. and we'll go and have a look at the website and have a look at your picture. Had a great Christmas. Yes, thank you, Debbie. I did see a message about the round handled bag tutorial, but I don't have any round handles. We sold them out, I'm afraid. Hey there, Gina. Start on making a quilt. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, oh, thanks, Linda. You do get your 10% off, remember. I know you forget, and we do sort you out, but don't worry about it. Shall we have a look at Gina's quilt anyway? She's put it, oh yes, she said she's back. Right, okay, so I need to go over here and do that, and I need to do that, and then I need to go to website. So this is the Half Yard Sewing Club. I'll go into more detail on Saturday about this actually, because that'll be the first of the month, and there is a little video of me explaining all about it here. So I'm just going to sign in as you do, and then let's go to sewing projects. Would you be under that one, Gina? Making up the quilt, and then show us your project. Are these yours? Is that yours, Gina? I've got names on them, have I? That looks well, that just looks like the sample that I've got, doesn't it? The one that Melissa made. That is absolutely. Is that yours, Gina? That is fantastic. Amazing. Wow, well done. I'm so glad you let us show that. That's really lovely. When you look at that and you look at the one that Melissa made, it's the same one, is it not? It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. So coming up, you're not going to get your new ones till Saturday. This is this month's project still. Should we see if anybody's made that yet? Not everybody posts pictures, but it's quite nice to oh, here we go, look. No, Christmas stockings, baby things. I don't know what that is. Oh, do post your pictures if you've made anything there. So yeah, coming up on Saturday, it'll be the launch of 2 new projects as well, which is quite exciting. It is blooming gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't it, Lisa? Anyway, we're going to make a scarf, weren't we? I've got some fabrics to show you, because these are all on sale on the website, because I couldn't decide what to make or which one to use to make it. So I could go for, in fact this isn't on sale, it's brand new, a gold and black lurex. That would make a nice scarf. If you didn't want to go for something, 'cause it's nice and soft on the inside, you don't want to go for something like a jacket or a skirt or something over the top, then just something like that wrapped around your neck I think would be very nice. And then we've got viscoses. This is called Bloom Explosion. This would make a perfect scarf. So again, if you go on the website and look under viscose, you'll see this one. It can be a little bit tricky to work with. It's worth it, but sometimes it's like sewing liquid because it's such a fluid fabric. But I think as a scarf, and you're only going to need 1/2 metre for it, then I think that would just look lovely. Now if you want to wear something plain, is that interfering with my mic? You've got a plain black jacket or a black jumper, and you know how I like to wear dark colours, just to add a little bit of a pop of colour, as they say. I think that one would look lovely. And this is a Lady McElroy one. We've got a few Lady McElroys. This is viscose again. Viscose Chalice Lawn is so fluid, it's so cool to wear, and it's so lovely. And this one's called a Paradise Botanics. And again, they're all on sale, but just imagine that as a scarf. Really pretty. So if you've seen these fabrics on the website and you say, I don't know what to do with that, then this would be a really nice one for you. This one is an art gallery fabrics actually, and this one's called Paisley Forever, which is very loud if you wanted to go for it as a blouse, but if it's a scarf, the brighter the better, isn't it? Brightens up your skin. But that's a really pretty fabric as well. And again, you can either put into the website viscose or lawn. This one's actually a rayon, same thing as viscose. But you'll find all of these there, or have a look through the sale department. Or if you want something a little bit more subtle, this is called Raining Dots. It's another Lady McElroy, so it's another viscose challis lawn, and there is a different colour option of this one as well, but it's just such a lovely fluid fabric. And then more Lady McElroy. This is the Flora Songbird lawn. This one's a little bit heavier. Lawns are very fine fabric. When you think about different types of fabric, and you've got your quilting cotton, you've got poplins. So poplin is a little bit lighter weight than quilting cotton. Lawn is a little bit lighter than that. So it's got a very fine weave of fabric, which makes it very smooth, but it means it's lightweight and fluid as well. So that is perfect for making a scarf. This one is also Lady McElroy. I've got loads of these, and this is a viscose challis. So again, it's a little bit more fluid. And this one's called Rainbow Clouds. Oops, that's the wrong side. That's not so pretty. So for my scarf, all I'm going to need is half a metre of this. And this is another Lady McElroy. This one's called Floral Fest. And this is a lawn. So again, you've got that fluidity with it as well. For dressmaking, perfect if you're making blouses, if you're making dresses, and you wanted a floaty skirt. And of course you can quilt with it as well. And you may need to put some stabiliser on the back of the very fluid ones. But for a scarf, you don't need anything like that. And the one that I'm going to use here is actually a polyester. And this is simply called Navy Flowers. Because I'm thinking, oh, that's my camera all over the place. Navy blazers, just something, we're wobbly. We are a bit, look, just not the camera. Navy Flowers ripple polyester. It's like a crinkle to it, almost like, do you remember cheesecloth, that kind of thing? So when you get your fabric home, just make sure that actually on the Half Yard Club hints and tips pages, there's a whole video of working with these lightweight kind of viscose fabrics, because again they can be very fluid. So there's lots of tips on there. But basically, you'll need to make sure that you cut this square or cut it straight, and it moves a little bit. So like it's easy to twist. So where you think you've got a straight line, it's very easy to not have such a straight line. So the way that I've cut this, I did spend a bit of time just to make sure it's straight. And again, it's only half a metre. I think it's 150 wide, this one. I don't know off the top of my head. I folded it into 4 like that. And then I had my cutting mat. So I lined up the folded edge here. And again, it's easy to distort it, but if you line up the folded edge, and then make sure this is lined up on the grid on your fabric, and then I took my rotary cutter, ruler and mat, and trim the sides so that I know that that's perfectly straight. And of course chop off your selvages as well. So I don't know where Bob's gone. Obviously got border being in here. I think it's a bit cold in here today. In fact, Gary, when we came down earlier on to set up, Gary actually said it's colder in the shed than it is outside. The shed. It's colder in the studio than it is outside. I'm just going to change the colour of my thread in here because I'm left over from Christmas still. Oh, sorry, I'm missing so many of your comments. I'm sorry, I'm rabbiting on a little bit, aren't I? The gold and black fat quarters, please. Have they gone? So I don't know. I wasn't expecting those. They only came in today. I shall have a word with my daughter. Gin spin. Honestly, Lisa Ben, spreading rumours. All true. I need that navy with the big peach. It's lovely, isn't it? That's back in stock actually today. Right, I'm just going to put some navy thread in here. Bear with me a second while I do this. Should have prepped a little bit more before. Been really busy. I've got a week while my publishers are on holiday to finish my Maddie book. So I've been Maddie making like mad. So I've didn't come down here early enough today to change my thread. She's got lots of new clothes. Lisa, you're going to love it. Oh, the rose gold sequin. That would look lovely, Deirdre, with your skirt. That would look really nice. Hang on a minute. Look, is that me? Looks all innocent and stuff. I'm not indicting myself. Is that a word? So that's the thing. There is nothing we can do about that, you know. I think it's the same with any website. If you've got stuff in your basket and somebody else comes and actually buys it and pays for it, they just take it out. We can't do anything about that. Did try. Pattern testing, Lisa? Really? Anyway, this is my half metre. Whoops. This is ever so easy. I'm dragging it out a bit because it's not going to take very long. With the selvages cut off. And again, if you buy half a metre from us, then we normally cut it a little bit wider. So do check, because the lines may not be exactly straight. So don't get it home and just think, oh, I'll fold it in half. Do check and double check that it's straight. Hello, Bernadette. Well, we had a lovely Christmas. Hope you did too. Oh, Nancy says I might get 6 inches of snow on New Year's Eve. Weren't we supposed to have snow at Christmas? Were we not? I don't always pin fabric, but with this being rather floppy, I am going to pin it. I wouldn't pin fabric. I wouldn't normally pin fabric if I'm just sewing in straight lines like this, but with this one I am. Do Maddie's fit other dolls? I don't know, Joan. These are all made specifically for Maddie. She's bigger than an 18-inch doll, so they might be a bit big for 18-inch dolls. The book's not out till October. I've just got to write the thing. So yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know. Haven't tried. Not knowing what day it is or who or what I'm supposed to. Merry Christmas, said Carol. Christmas is gone. We're coming up for New Year now. Happy New Year, says Leanna. Happy New Year to you too. Alright, so I find I'd normally put a lot more pins in this, to be honest, because I want to make sure it doesn't move, and a large table or the floor if you haven't got pets. If I get down on the floor, Bobbin thinks it's playtime. Okay. So I'm going to do this all along, matching up the edges, sticking in a pin or two. And I like these long pins. I can see them. Now, to be honest, I said it's the easiest project. This is the easiest dressmaking project you're probably ever going to use or make. So if this isn't absolutely perfectly straight, you're going to wrap it around your neck. So it's going to be twisted anyway, so don't worry. Ginny, if your postage has been refunded, it should happen immediately. Let me double check on that one. That should happen straight away. Susan, oh, I've been like that. I hurt my back. It happens, you know, but sometimes worse than others. Scrubbing the kitchen floor, can you believe it? Not last Monday, the Monday before, and it still hurts. It's a nightmare. Okay, so I'm going to sew using the edge of my foot as a, so bear with me a sec, can you see that's better? Just the edge of my foot as a guide. So it's just over 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And we're going to sew all the way down the side. Stop with the needle down. And with fluid fabrics like this, if you can have support. This little machine does come with an extension table, but I've lost it. But that would be ideal. But as long as you've got kind of the table all around it. Just so it doesn't slip away from the needle. Now we'll leave a turning gap at some point. I'll leave it nearer the end actually, so I know where it is. I know I shouldn't have scrubbed the floor. Do you know, I actually quite enjoy doing the housework because I don't do it very often. because there's always sewing to do, there's always a deadline to reach, so things like that kind of get overlooked or left to my dear husband, in which case I have to do it again anyway. I hope he's not listening. Oh no, Bonnie, 17 years old, that's a good age for a cat, isn't it? All 3 died this year. One was 16 and the other 2 were both 21. Sad. Right, I'm leaving a turning gap here. Don't need very much, probably about 6 inches or so. And then carry on to the end of the scarf. Where are we? I'm going to be finished really quick on this one. Right, and then down to the end. So did you get any sewy stuff for Christmas? What did you get? We only did presents for the kids this year, which is quite nice. It was easy. But with the adults, they've already got everything they need these days, so there wasn't really anything to buy. I don't think I will, Alison. So, 21, Rose, that wasn't our oldest cat. Our oldest cat was, a few years ago, was 26 when he died. We do well with cats. That's one of the reasons we sewing mat under your sewing machine. We're not going to have any more because they'll probably outlive us. The sewing mat underneath my sewing machine. Yes, I think that's a YouTube video. Did that on YouTube, didn't I? That wasn't a Half Yard Club thing. Yeah, have a look on my YouTube channel and put in sewing mat, and I'm sure that's the sewing mat in there. A horn chair. Oh, Sharon, that sounds lovely. Oh, Sarah got an overlocker. I've got a brother overlocker, probably got the same one. I'm just using a universal needle. Debbie, nothing special. Carol got 3 different tapestry fabrics. Oh, how lovely. Oh, a pewter thimble disguised as a watering can. Lois, I collect thimbles. I haven't got one disguised as a watering can. That's the right shape, isn't it? What a good idea. Ginny got 2 books, bobbin holder thingies. Oh, one of these thingies. I think we've got some of those on the website still. Metal side clips, a new mat and 2 rotary cutters. Oh, perfect Christmas gifts, that one, I think, Gilly. Magic pins. What are magic pins? I don't know what magic pins are. Quilting book, glue pen, heat erasable pens, lots of tools. Lisa got a Seconda watch. Ooh, and some Dove shower stuff and a scented candle. How lovely. Oh no. Rose is out to have her oldest dog put down. 16. Gosh, that's a good age. Never get over it though, do you? Who's that? Whose granddaughter? 4-month-old granddaughter likes watching me. Must be a calming voice. I have my moments, you know, Sonia. Not very often, to be honest. Morag's listening and trying to knit a unicorn jumper. Keep losing place on the graph. I want a book by Bobbin Boutique for the Discerning Dog. She wouldn't wear anything. There was a picture of us on Instagram, I think, that Kim put on there. One of the kids had got a headband with pom-poms on it, and I put it on her neck and that was fine. Put it on her head and she nearly had my hand off, honestly. So, sewn into a tube, turning up at one end here. And then we're going to fold this over so it's right sides together. So I'm going to put my hand inside here and grab hold of this end and pull it through. Now I've got the seam meeting there and that's not twisted. Now this part is optional, but I thought if you're making an infinity scarf, and I said this isn't, you know, I haven't invented the infinity scarf, but they tend to be tubes that you put around your neck and then you twist them. So I thought it might be quite nice, because this could hang around your neck without twisting it around your head, but I thought it'd be nice to have a twist in the scarf itself. So if you are just wearing it around your neck, it twists, so it's not just a tube, is my thinking. So I've got the 2 seams meeting here. Make sure that's flat, so the seams are meeting all the way across here. And then I'm going to just take the opposite side of one piece and make a little nick in there so I know where that is. And then take this seam and pull it around. so it lines up with that mark. Like so. I'm going to pop a pin in there. And then when I pull this out, the opposite side will be there. Did that make sense? In my little head that made perfect sense, but when I just did it just now I thought that might actually look quite complicated. So I'll do it again. So when you pull it through, you'll make sure that the seams are meeting. So when you put your hand in this end and grab the other one through, you need to make sure that this is inside out and the right sides are facing. And if you just want to sew it into a tube, then we sew this. But if you want to sew it with the twist, I'm going to mark the opposite side here, which is folded, so I've made a little nick in there, and then match these two pieces up here. So I've got the seam from one matching the center point of the other, and then when I open this out, it'll have a twist as I sew it together. I have a brother a few years ago before she passed away. I'd like to get a computerized machine without a pedal. I'm disabled. Can you recommend any? There's quite a few. I don't know what your name is. What's your name? You can't be called Insolence Friend. I can only recommend machines that I've actually used. I haven't used every machine in the world. I'm not familiar with Singer sewing machines. I'm not familiar with Juki and Janome sewing machines. The machines that I like to use are Janome and Elna. It's the same company. I like Brother sewing machines. This is an Elna 560, and you need to look for a machine that has, without a pedal, that has a speed control on the front. So basically, if you've got a speed control, you can take the foot pedal out, and it should have a start-stop button, which is down here on this one. So you press start, you start to sew. To get used to it, if you slow the speed down, then you'll be more in control, because with your foot pedal, you've got two hands on the fabric. With the start-stop, you've got to lift one up to start and stop it. So you may be better off starting a little bit slower. But there's an awful lot of sewing machines like this that have that facility of not having to use a foot pedal, which is ideal for you. So that's the one that I use. I don't actually use that facility. I prefer to use a foot pedal, but it's there if I want it. But I'd go for that facility on a big brand machine. I know Brother do them. I know Husqvarna do them. Pfaff do them. But if you go for a big brand like that, then you've got support and you've got help and you've got peace of mind. Because even, no matter where you buy it from, you'll always get a helpline. Brother actually have them printed onto their sewing machine, so there's somebody there for you to call, and that's what I look for in the sewing machine. Yes, there's all of the different functionality that you want, like your needle up down, and maybe you want a drop feed dog facility and all that kind of thing, but always go for a recognised name. I'd never just buy an unbranded supermarket sewing machine, because you're not buying it from an expert. You need to go to somewhere where you know you've got a guarantee with them. Lisa never used. What machine have you got now, Lisa? You used to have a silver years ago, didn't you? Some machines have a knee lift. That's true. It's a foot pedal thing, though. If your legs don't work, then anything below the table is completely useless to it, isn't it? Nancy's got a Juki 400. Never used a Juki. Brother never going to say without the pedal. Brother, yeah, I know Brother do them as well. Magic pins are fun. Oh, are the magic pins I wanted, like little rubbery, like bendy heads? Not use those. I want to buy a quilting machine. I'm not very good on quilting machines, Amanda. I don't do a lot of that type of work. Right, now we're going to sew all the way around the edge. So I've only put a couple of pins in this one, but literally just around that circle, all the way around. And hang on a minute, sorry, just missing. I love it when you ask questions, but amazing one on Christmas Day news. She got sepsis and her hands and feet were removed, but she could use the same machine. No, I didn't see that. Oh, hair's just gone odd. Do you like the thread cutter, Sally? I'm in two minds about thread cutters, and it depends on what I'm sewing. because a lot of the time I do use a thread cutter, but sometimes you want the thread. So if you're starting to sew right on the edge of your fabric and you hold the thread at the back to pull the fabric through, or to ease the fabric through, to stop it disappearing into the feedlogs and getting knotty, when you use a thread cutter, you can't do that because there's no threads to hang on to. And there's been occasion, I was doing some gathering today, and I wanted those long tails of thread, but I'd already used a thread cutter, so they're not there. So they're handy, and I use it a lot, but there are occasions where I just, oh, I didn't do that. So I don't know, I'm in two minds about thread cutters. I wouldn't miss it if it wasn't there. I'm used to using it, and you'll see I use it all the time on here, but if it wasn't there, I don't know, I think I might, I wouldn't miss it. Not something that I would look for when I'm buying a sewing machine. You know, if it happens to have a thread cutter, maybe a bonus, but if it's not one of the criteria that I'd want. I would want a needle up down position. This one always stops with the needle down. Don't really like that. I like to choose. On my Janome sewing machine that I use in the studio, my big one, I can choose whether it stops up or down. So I can move the needle up on this one, but it always goes back to stopping down. You don't always want it down, do you? But that's something I'd look for. I do a lot of free motion embroidery. So I like a drop feed dog facility. That's not important for everybody. I like a computerized sewing machine rather than a mechanical because it has more features and they have more stitch selections. So I just missed a bit there. And the needle always stops in the right position. You know, sometimes if you had a mechanical or an electronic machine and you stop sewing and you take your thread out or your fabric out and it won't come, it's a bit stiff because the needle hasn't stopped in the uppermost position, and it's only when it's right up in the uppermost position that the tensions are free and let the thread loose. So if your needle stops halfway down, you're tugging against it, then you have to turn the handle towards you to lift the needle up. So you don't get that with computerised sewing machines. The needle always stops in the right position. And I would always have a needle threader as well, because my eyesight is rubbish, even with my contacts in. Karen's brother, who's up when it stops. See? Does what cut fabric? Sorry, Jilly, missed that one. Oh, on a Cricut machine. Not used one, I'm afraid, Jilly. Got my brother machine for a few years and I love it, easy to use. I think they are generally, aren't they, machines like this? They're all pretty much the same. They've all got pretty much the same stitches in and everything, and they're all very easy to use. Right, let's get on with this scarf. So I've sewn all the way around the end. I have my turning gap here. This is it really. It doesn't even need ironing. So I'm just going to turn the whole thing the right side out. And then I should have a twisted loop when it comes through. Now because this is quite a patterned fabric and it's textured as well, I'd normally hand sew that closed, but I'm just going to sew it on the sewing machine for now. Tina, it's an infinity scarf. It is the easiest dressmaking project you will ever make, honestly. If you're giving this as a gift, or if you're selling it, then hand sew this. Use a slip stitch and just hand sew the opening closed. And that's it finished. So again, because I put the twist in it, if you have the seam at the back as that goes around your neck, it'll fall into a twist at the bottom rather than just having a tube hanging around your neck. If this makes a lot of noise, I'm sorry, because I've got a microphone on, but you could wear it like that, or you can wrap it around again and wear it a little bit short, and I think inside a jacket or a cardigan, that's quite nice, isn't it? And it's a nice, can you hear me properly? Let me take it off again. It is a nice lightweight fabric as well. And any of the ones that I showed you, if you just joined us, wind back a little bit and have a look at the fabrics, or if you have a look on the website on debbieshawsewing.com and search for lawn or viscose it'll come up with these lovely fluid fabrics. And I was saying earlier, I think a lot of people are a little bit wary of using them because they are so fluid, because there are tricks and techniques to using viscose like this, or the very lightweight lawns, but this is a nice introduction to working with them. Basically, you've got half a yard of fabric sewn into a tube and that's it. But that's something, I mean, that is so good if you're selling things. Can you imagine? Lisa, fill your Etsy shop with these. I mean, I don't know what you charge for that, but certainly more than whatever you'd paid for it. And literally minutes. The key is to cut it accurately straight, and that's it really. That's it really, no other key. Look, we've got 10 minutes to go yet. It is nice, isn't it? And again, that with the different colours, let me show you again. This is one that I was very tempted. Because I love the bold colours like this, but I don't know if I'd wear them. But if that was in a scarf around your neck, you can kind of get away with wearing brighter colours where you wouldn't normally. I think that is so pretty. These are all in the sale again on the website. And yes, like Lisa says, remember to put in your 10% discount if you are a Half Yard Sewing Club member. Yeah, that's a good idea, Lisa. Actually, I buy my sewing machine. This one was from Amazon, but I know the machine because they sold it on Sewing Street when I worked there, so I'm quite familiar with the machine. My big machine I bought from Discount Sewing Machines in Cheshire. I think that's the right name for it. Have a look online. And I do know Russell, who owns the place, but if you drop them an email just saying, this is my budget, this is what I want, they will really, really help. That's exactly what I did with the other machine. I said to them, I want a really fast machine, and I want a machine that will sew through very thick fabrics. And I ended up with a Janome 6600, which I can't actually lift. It's absolutely solid cast iron. Or steel or whatever it is, but it's really solid. These are plastic on the outside, that isn't, it's all metal. But it's exactly with a double twist. I suppose you could do, Sarah. Yeah, so that, oh, I haven't tried that. Maybe I'll try that. So yeah, twist it round once, then twist it round. You could do that as many times as you like. What a good idea. You could do it really twisty, couldn't you? Going to have a go at that one. I may do a YouTube. Denise has ordered the black with the red flower. Looks lovely. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, have a look on Create and Craft. I think Create and Craft do some exclusive with butter that you can't find anywhere else. So they do have some good deals. Got calico and bling embellishments on order. Going to make mice and rabbits to sell on Etsy. Like this one. Still hasn't got a name. Absolutely unforgivably way behind on ordering Debbie's fabric. Too late, Nance. Sold out now. Sally's got a butterick. I'm sure that's what Debbie said. Oh, the great lives. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sonia. I really appreciate that. Oh, I love it when you talk to each other. Twist it up. Do you know? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's twist it up. Let's do another one. Oh, I can't cut it straight. Let's undo this one, do it again. Every day's a learning day, isn't it? I can't find where I sewed my gap up. Here we go. Have a chat amongst yourselves for a minute while I just unpick this, and we're going to do that. We're going to twist it up and see what happens. Because you never know until you try, do you? Just you know, go and put the kettle on, have a chat for a minute. Lisa will sing to you if you're not lucky. It's sewing so good, you say. I can't even see where I've sewn it to unpick the thing. Come on. Open up, you know you want to. In we go. Yes. So I'm going to unpick this. I'm going to chop the ends off, and I'm going to twist the devil out of it and sew it back up and see what happens. See, you're all designers out there really, aren't you? Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Andrea. Cheat. Didn't mean it. You did win a prize. They've only gone out today, Andrea. I can't believe the post office has been shut all week. That'll do. Let's get back in here again. Oh, bye Lavinia. Thanks for joining us. She's got to go now. Pauline, this is 150 centimetres wide, which I think is 60 inches. You're allowed, Andrew. I thought that was really clever, actually. Right, so I'm just turning this back inside out the way that it was. They can be sewn twisted up once the main seam is done. Yeah, we'll have a go at that. Right, so I'm not going to unpick. There we go. So we're back to the tube where we were. I'm not going to unpick all of this because that's going to take me ages. I'm going to chop it off. And then, here we go. So let's take the two seams, now they're meeting, and then twist it again. How many times am I doing this? And then twist again. Oh, I hope it works. It's quite exciting. Oh, that's come undone. And then let's do it again. I've lost count of how many times I'm doing this. I don't know if you're counting. And then let's do another one. That must be 5. Let's do one more for good measure. And that will do. That seems pretty twisty. I suppose you could just go on, couldn't you? So let's just do that. I don't suppose it matters whether the seams are matching up or not either, does it really? Let's get it under here and sew around it. I'm interested to see how this is going to turn out now. I've not done anything like this before. So just keep going. I'm not pinning it or anything because I can't wait to see what happens. I love your bright ideas. Melinda, that's a nice name for the mouse. You could ruche the long hem too. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, you're full of them now. I know I'm using Facebook as Debbie Shaw, thank you. You can maybe ruche the long hem too, or use 2 contrasting or complementary fabrics. That would work well. The Sewing Bee, Debbie and Sewing. No, we were talking about this last week, Deirdre. I'm not a fan, to be honest. I don't think I've seen any of them. Now I'm going to hold you all in suspense here for a second because I ran out of bobbin thread, haven't I? So I need to fill another bobbin on. A YouTube video on the scarf. I shall endeavour. Not sure when, Debbie, because I've got. Karen doesn't get it. I will try and do a clearer YouTube video when I get chance. Pretty up to my neck in it at the moment, but I'll try and do one at some point. That'll do for that. Julie, we're having a play. I made an infinity scarf with a bit of a twist, and then I'm sorry I can't remember who said could you twist it more, so we unpicked it and twisted it more to see what had happened. So it's an infinity scarf that I don't really know what it's going to look like. Why are you going slow? Oh no, you're not. Lost my foot pedal. Oh, I hate it, Andrea. I've normally got a few bobbins all kind of loaded up. It's like putting petrol in the car, isn't it? It's like, oh, red light's on, got to stop and fill up. Thanks, Linda. I shall see you again on Saturday if you're around. Thanks for joining me today. Oh, I do, Zell. It's satisfying, isn't it, when you come up with an idea or you think, well, I'll just try that, and it actually works. It's like inventing something new, isn't it? Right, almost there. You could tie a knot in the end that you pull through as well. You could, that's a good idea. You need a slow motion camera for the likes of me. I shall I'll do a, it shouldn't take too long to do a YouTube video on it. I shall do that. Right, let's pull it through. Can't find that fabric. Linda, this is, oh, it's the polyester. I can't remember what it's called. Let me have a look. It's in the sale, and if you search polyester, it's unless it's sold out. Come on. I'm going to go slow at the moment. It's not letting me search for anything. Done. Go. Go, go, go. It's something like Floral Ripple Polyester, this one's called. It's not letting me search for it at the moment. Oh, I like that. Look at that. So you could have twisted quite... That's not... Oh, what a good idea. See, why didn't I think of that? I only twisted mine once. So I think that was 6 times, wasn't it? And I think that's quite nice. Because if it twists too much, it's just going to be really thin, isn't it? So that's a nice twist. And then if you do it twice, I think that's rather nice. Obviously I've got a hole in that I need to sew closed. Oh, my hair's gone all static now, look. So somebody's rubbed a balloon on my head. Payment on my account during the 31st. Sarah, they're not supposed to be back until the 4th, but I have had emails from them today, so they are there. Caroline's certainly working. Claire was there today as well. Could you email the Half Yard Sewing Club website? It's info@halfyardsewingclub.com, and one of the girls will pick it up. They won't be watching this, so they're not going to pick up your message there. But yeah, if you drop them an email, then somebody will sort it out. Tristan Joe, says Karen. Oh, thank you. Who was that? You just disappeared. Denise, how was your Christmas? Was it okay? Gets better. Takes a long time, but it gets better. A nylon wig. Do you have any ideas for a project for many scarves? Got so many and they're lovely. To be honest, I've never made one before. Where to do the twist? Okay, Kathleen, I'll do the YouTube. What time are we now? 5 o'clock. I'll do it in a minute. So it'll probably be on early tomorrow morning. Sarah says thanks for the tips, inspiration, the fabrics and the yatta throughout. Oh, thank you very much. I've got high hopes for 2022, you know. 21 wasn't so good for a lot of us. But I think that let's all be positive. Let's all. How many are we here? 374 on YouTube and 332 on Facebook. So that's nearly 700 of us all together. Shall we do a little bit of positive thinking for next year? See you, Shelley. Have a good night at work. Thanks, Lorraine. Christine, love the Christmas Day live. Thank you. Oh, Denise. So it does get better. My father-in-law died 9 years ago now on Christmas Day. So yeah, it's there's always a bit of sadness with the happiness, isn't there? Anyway, I shall see you again on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. I've dropped me H then. We'll have a little look at the projects from the Half Yard Club, because it'll be the first of the month, and I shall introduce you to the second project, which I've been teasing you about, which is an upcycled scarf, but I hope you like him. 2000 not so good. Oh no, Andrea, really? Oh, yeah. So next year is going to be great for everybody. Let's do positive thinking. That looks really nice, actually. Look at that. Look how that's twisted. Isn't that lovely? Anyway, blowing my own trumpet somewhat, so I'm going to disappear off. So Saturday. Oh, I've done it again. Because I prepared these little, you know, the things that say Debbie will be with you soon, or the thumbnails that go on YouTube and Facebook, and I like to make it accurate as in, you know, this is the live stream from the 29th of December, and for some reason I thought it was Saturday today. So I'm just going to put up here, see you again on Wednesday at 4, but I mean Saturday at 11. Maybe I just shan't put it up. I got the wrong information there, so I should just say goodbye and go and cut me off. So yeah, end of the year, last one of the year this year, brand new year on Saturday. So if you're around at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, it would be lovely to have your company then. So thank you for joining me today. It's been quite fun, hasn't it? Nice experimenting, and I shall see you again soon. Bye. I'm going in a minute. Go now. I'm going now.